Hello there, and welcome back to Adie Asks. Today on the episode, we've got another fantastic guest in the shape of BlueNerd. Hello, BlueNerd. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the show.
Hey, Adie. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. Glad to have you here. Today, I'm just going to be asking you a couple of questions about kind of how you've got here and what you do. How would you describe what you do in Minecraft?
Well, I would say my channel is more focused on doing also tutorial-based stuff. Building is my passion. I love building in Minecraft in general. I would say I'm more focused towards medieval style. That's the kind of theme that's my comfort zone. And yeah, that's pretty much anything on my channel is mainly directed towards that. Now and again, I do the occasional build time lapse for a bit of inspiration, but mostly tutorial based stuff.
Right. And how long have you actually been playing Minecraft the game then?
So Minecraft itself, I've been playing for probably just under 5 years. Yeah, it must be. It's approaching 5 years roughly that I've been playing.
So quite a while then in terms of like playing the game, but not quite back into the beta days.
No, I actually originally started playing on the PlayStation, the Xbox. It was actually my son that actually got me into the game. I think it's actually a thing with many people; they get into it from their kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started on the PlayStation, and soon enough, I realized that the Java version, and I upgraded to there.
And when you started playing that, do you remember the first base that you? So it's one of those kind of emotive things, isn't it? When you first start playing Minecraft, punching your first tree. Do you remember the first base that you ever built?
The first base I actually built was actually in creative. It was in creative when I first was playing with my son, and I built. It was a big house just made out of. I think it was just made out of quartz, just all quartz. No, I don't think I used any other block. It was just a whole house of quartz with a big swimming pool at the front of it. But it was cool. It was the first time playing it, and it was really kind of surreal because I put the game when I first saw it. I was like, "What's this game? It looks really dated."
Yeah.
And then literally, I picked up the joypad, and within 2 minutes, I was just hooked. It was, it was like playing virtual Lego.
Yes.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. All the different blocks and all the different colors and just basically just your imagination to run wild, isn't it? It's just brilliant.
Yeah,
Like that.
it's so much more than you originally sort of anticipate when you first look at the game. It's just the game's so much more.
And
But
and
yeah,
you've been playing it for quite a while, as we said. But what is it that keeps you coming back to the game? Is it just like that creativity element, or?
yeah, I think it's a mix of the creative side of it. There's no boundaries. If you get bored of creating one style, you can move off, find another bit of land, and you can build in a whole something completely different. You could build on something modern, medieval, Italian. There's so many different styles of builds or something you can create. The limit is your mind at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think it's also the community.
Yeah.
Since I started Minecraft, one thing I've noticed is that the Minecraft community is amazing. I mean, the feedback from people and the support from people is it's overwhelming. The amount of support that people that give you, and I think that gives you the motivation and the inspiration to want to come back and build more.
Definitely. Yeah. And in terms of taking that jump from just playing the game to starting YouTube, what was the thing that made you want to start a YouTube channel?
Originally, it was just to really share my builds. It was just to show people some builds that I'd been doing. I saw there was a lot of channels that were doing it at the time. And I just thought, why don't I start a channel and share my builds with everyone? Show people how to build some of the things that I've built. And it kind of developed from there into into something I totally never expected.
And yeah, I mean, like I've been I must admit, I've been a subscriber and a follower of your channel for quite some time now, and I've seen that growth, particularly in the last sort of probably in the last sort of 12 to 18 months, as things have really started ramping up on your channel. Is there one? Is there one kind of point or one video or something that you could see things starting to change with how everything was going there?
I think when I done my medieval castle, that was when I noticed a significant change in the channel. I think because I started the castle as a build series,
Yeah.
and I mainly started the series for people because that was at the point when we hit lockdown. A lot of countries were heading into lockdown, and I thought it'd be a good time to give people something to maybe to try and do to occupy their time. And soon as I started the castle series, that was when I noticed a kind of a very big change in the channel from going from what we was averagely gaining each month to, a lot more. So I think that was where the channel really started to get noticed a lot more.
I mean, it is. It's an absolute beautiful build. We'll make sure that I put a link to that series in the description. And obviously, all of BlueNerd's details will be down in the description. So if you haven't already, which I'm sure you have, make sure you do check out his channel there. But yeah, an absolutely beautiful build, and I can see why that kind of caught people's attention quite a lot. Now, in terms of like the building stuff that you've done. That's the thing that you mentioned there, you could see an increase, but what's the favorite thing? If you've got one thing that you've built when you look back at it and think this is the thing that I'm probably most proud of?
Um, I would say the actual docks as a whole, because the castle was done as a separate series, but it's in the same world that we built. We built the big docks. And that was originally one of my favorite builds, the whole docks and the castle together. And when I reached the 100,000 subscribers, I decided to do a video where I would build docks and a castle, and do that as something that how I would build it now, because that originally started back at the very beginning of when I started YouTube. It was very early on where I started the docs. So over the time, I think my abilities of building have changed. They've got better. I've got better at planning. So I decided to do a special video where I done a big time lapse of how I would have gone about building the same build, but now. Which I got to admit, I'm still in the middle of working on the second part of it, which is going to be the castle. But the first part of it was one of my favorite builds that I've personally done myself. Definitely was one of the most fun, trying to come up with all of the new ideas and how I would sort of make another dock, but better than the previous one.
Yeah, and I think that's. I mean, yeah, I saw that video as well, and just seeing the creative process of how you started to put that together, and like you say, the comparison, because everybody, as with anything, the more you do it, the better you get at it, the more you refine things, and just seeing that change in that creative process was great. So really looking forward to that second episode of that series for the castle.
Yeah, that'll be coming soon. It'll be coming soon.
Fantastic. So, in terms of the game itself, obviously there's endless possibilities. But if there was one thing that you could get added to the game, and again, wouldn't need to worry about game break-in or anything like that, what would be the one thing that you'd like to see added to Minecraft?
I would actually love to see a form of decoration ideas. So, say for instance, they bring in like shelves, little 3D models of food that you could put on a table or on a plate, but little like books that you could put onto a shelf, maybe some proper chairs. I think Minecraft is so great for building, and when it comes to interior, you've got to really sort of think hard to try and make the interior different, because it starts to look very much the same. So if you could have a bunch of sort of interior decorations put into the game, I think that would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like it shows the ingenuity of the community to come up with some of the ideas of the game, but it would be nice if it was just that little bit easier and there were some other things that we could use, because that would still breed more ingenuity of how people used those different things. But yeah, I completely agree. The interior side of things is possibly a bit more lacking than sort of like the building and block side of things.
Yeah, I think it's just something that feels a little bit more sort of to the character size, because it's when you're trying to build at the size for the character,
Yeah.
the interior. Sometimes the blocks just they're a little bit too big for being able to make it a little bit more, just like slightly bit more realistic.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, it'd be nice to just have a little bit more of a balance to play with for the interior.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really good shout. So in terms of the game itself, like is there one block that you find that you don't use? So if it was removed from the game, that you just would never miss it?
One block that I don't really use. I don't ever really use jungle planks, and I don't really know why. It's one. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. It's one block that I just never really use. I actually think if I go back through all of my videos, I think there's only one video where I ever used jungle planks.
So that would be the one that you wouldn't miss if it just happened to disappear from the game.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, you know, there's probably something like Netherrack. I never used Netherrack really, but that's one I do like the look of the block. I just never really know where to use it.
Yeah.
But if it came to a block that I never really use, it would definitely probably be jungle planks. I think I just never used them.
Now, on the flip side of that, in terms of all the blocks in the game, what's your favorite? What's your go-to block when you want to build something?
I actually, this one, I think all of my subscribers will probably tell you, I love spruce. I use spruce on pretty much probably 90% of my builds. And you know, the thing is, it's not even always intentional. It's just because I think because of the medieval look, it just seems to always work, whether it's for a roof or a platform or a pillar. It just always fits, and I've got to admit I use it on pretty much every build that I do.
Yeah, and spruce trapdoors as well. They're so versatile, aren't they? With like the thing that you can use, you can build loads of stuff just using the trapdoors without even needing to worry about the blocks. But I completely agree. Spruce is absolutely cracking block. In terms of that. So in terms of the way that you play the game, do you play more in creative, or do you ever get onto survival, or how do you tend to play?
I play mostly in creative for building and doing my tutorials. I do now and again I play a bit of survival, but I find with survival, for me, I get too eager to build and I want more blocks, and I think it's more that I just can't. I can't wait to get building, so I have to get into creative so I can start throwing blocks and making some big builds and just start putting everything together. Too impatient, I guess.
But in the time that you played in survival, is there so again, like your first house, like the first time you punch a tree, is there one death that sticks out to you that you remember, that's kind of maybe scarred you for life?
Do you know, there is actually. I started going back probably about 8 months ago now. I started my server, which was through Patreon. And on the day that we started the server, I had a load of people all join. And we was into the game about 5 minutes. And I got through a nether portal. And somebody on the server had already gone through the portal, and unbeknown to me, a creeper had followed them in. And I walked through the nether portal, and the second I walked through, boom! It just exploded right there. You know, it was like the first death on the server. BlueNerd just got killed by a creeper.
Well, I mean, like leading by example there. I mean, that's got to be admired when you start a server, surely.
Yeah, it was definitely one to remember. That's for sure.
That's brilliant. It's the kind of thing you couldn't plan as well, which is a great thing about the game. So yeah, in terms of like your future plans, If there was one thing that you had all the time in the world that you could do, what would be your kind of your passion project? What would be the one thing that you could build or do in the game, if you could, with, like I say, with unlimited time, unlimited resources?
Ooh, if I had unlimited resources, um, for me, I love building huge cities, trying to build cities, and I think because I've done so much in medieval, but one thing that I've been trying to practice a little bit recently with is doing Victorian building,
Ah, yeah,
and it's a little bit more tricky because Victorian buildings, although they've got a lot of details, they're often quite flat. So trying to build
yeah,
them I think has been a little bit challenging to make it look detailed. Um, so I think, yeah, if I could spend unlimited time, one thing I'd love to do is be able to create a huge sort of very old Victorian style city. Maybe something where there's like a lot of industrial builds because I've never really done that sort of thing. I know back in Victorian times they had a lot of those big
yeah,
factories and stuff. So maybe like a big docks with like factories and a big city. I'd love
yeah,
to spend a lot of time,
yeah.
to build something like that.
Yeah, that would be incredible to do that, and just like factories belching smoke across there, and yeah, it would take a lot of time, but absolutely that would look properly fantastic. So in terms of you as well, you've got a lovely skin there. Is there a story behind that skin?
Well, to be honest, I originally actually had a different skin to this one, and that was just a random skin I picked. Um, and it weren't until I sort of started actually recording, about I think it's about 3 or 4 months into recording, I was like, you know what, I need to actually get myself a proper skin suited to my player. So I kind of went for something for a skin that looked a little bit kind of like my kind of style, something that I would kind of sort of wear. So
Yeah,
I looked around. I found some similar kind of ones, but this one I had to customize it a little bit to get it to look kind of like my character. So it kind of it resembles me a little bit. My hair's a little bit shorter, but but um, but yeah, but it kind of just resembles me a little bit.
in terms of like playing the game, is there anything in the game that you wish that you were better at?
Ooh, something I wish I was better at. Um, Probably things like trees. I mean, I can build trees, but they're a very slow process. I wish I could build them a lot faster, and I could sort of, think in my head and just be able to build one and put it together.
Yeah,
Because I find trees are just one that you build it, you don't like it, you start again. You got to try and get it to look right, and it's
yeah,
a lot of trial and error.
definitely.
So yeah, trees would definitely be one that I wish I could improve on.
Cool. And there's nothing that improves like an area and a build like sort of custom trees. The Minecraft trees are great, but custom trees are just that other level, aren't they? So
Yeah, there's something about having those custom trees that they just, I don't know, it kind of just brings a whole area so much more life, you know. And that's one thing that I always try with building, always to get lots of greenery and flowers
yeah.
in there, because I don't know, it just is something that I feel really makes the build stand out.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for answering those questions. We're going to cut away now to some footage that we shot a little bit earlier in the day when we checked to see how well BlueNerd knows Minecraft. So we will be right back after you see this.
Awesome. Okay, well, I think we're running on time. It took a little while to get here. We got a little lost, but we're finally here at Adie Studios for my interview. This should be fun, and I'm starving, so I hope they got something to eat. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Blue Nerd. Welcome to 80 Studios. Hope
Thank
you had a
you.
good trip.
Yeah, it took a little while to get here, but I got here in the end. I'm
Oh,
here
don't
for
worry.
my interview with BDCraft.
Yeah, well, he's in makeup at the moment, and that usually takes a good while. So you have time to come and relax in the green room.
Awesome.
It's right this way. Follow me. Okay, don't tell him I said that because that's show of his secrets.
I'll be our secret.
So you can have food, drink, have a nap. You've got loads of time. You know, you got this couch you can sit down on. It's really proper cool.
Awesome.
And the TV. We lost the remote, so you're gonna have to get up and change channels by yourself.
That's
Sorry
all
about
right.
that.
Crikey, my favourite.
I kept stealing the batteries out of it anyway, so I think he's hid it from me. If you need anything, just press the bunny button. That doesn't exist. Just shout. I'm out here.
I will do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have fun. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, so Bunny's just buzzed me to say that BlueNerd's here, so I'll go down and pick him up, and hope she's managed to get him settled nicely there. I can see his name tag here. Sitting down here. Hello, welcome to the studios.
Hello, Adie.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
good to have you here. See, you're watching some Cobra Kai there. It's always good to keep up to date with the latest things. But yeah.
Show.
Welcome here. First thing that we're going to do, I just want to make sure that you've had something to eat, you're comfortable, you've had a drink, and yeah, you've set your spawn. Not that anything untoward would happen here at the studios, but you have set your spawn, haven't you?
Yep, I have.
And you signed the waivers, that big document.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
As I say, nothing to worry about at all. But if you just come through here with me, we're going to ask you some questions on how well you know the game of Minecraft. So, as you come into this not slightly ominous looking room whatsoever, if you'd be so kind as to stand in front of that dispenser and press that button for me, it'll give you an item. If you could tell me what that item is.
This one here.
Yeah.
We have a pufferfish.
A pufferfish, right? Fantastic. So, yeah, if you can just head up the ladder at the back there and perch yourself on that iron trapdoor. Don't worry about looking down or anything. There's literally nothing you need to worry about. I'm sure you know the game really, really well. And I'm going to sit myself down here and look particularly comfortable. But yeah, we've got some questions for you now. You all set? All comfy? Not worried at all, I hope?
No, I feel safe as anything.
Safe as anything. That's good to know. So first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to ask you some questions about how well you know the game. And first question is, we'll start you off with something nice and simple. What's the crafting recipe for an iron shovel?
An iron shovel, 1 iron ingot and 2 sticks.
See, nothing to worry about here whatsoever. Absolutely spot on. Next question for you is, what would you use to tame a wolf?
A bone.
Yes. Yep. 2 for 2. You're doing well. What ingredient would you add to an awkward potion to make a fire resistance potion?
Ooh. Nah, potions ain't my strong point.
Not wanting to worry you. But go on, take a guess. What do you think it would be?
I literally have no idea. I'm gonna just take a random guess. Blaze powder.
Oh, blaze powder. Well, it was a random guess, but unfortunately, what you were looking for there was a magma cream. Unfortunately, people, as we can see by the floating head in the tank there, BlueNerd didn't answer the games, but that's we can forgive him for that because he spends a lot of time in creative. But hopefully we can get him back and head to the sofas in the main studio and start asking him some questions about his YouTube journey. Unfortunately, although he knew some stuff, BlueNerd didn't do too well out of that section. But he's back on the sofa now with us to answer some more questions. So these ones are a little bit fun for you. So just literally, I'll fire these questions at you and just give me your answers as quick as they come to you. Is that all right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So first question is caves or cliffs?
Ooh, caves, definitely.
What's your favourite movie?
Terminator 2.
Good choice. Redstone or Dinnerbone?
Redstone.
This one I think I know the answer to already. Evel Knievel or Building Medieval?
Oh, Building Medieval without a doubt.
So and again, I think I know the answer to this one as well. What's your favourite wood in the game?
I think it's spruce.
Yeah, quite possibly. Next question is, Help by the Beatles or Kelp by Mojang?
Oh, Kelp by Mojang.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Jumping in lava or escaping to Java?
Oh, escape into Java.
Interior or exterior?
Ooh, exterior.
Guardian Farm or Rustic Charm?
Ooh, rustic charm, I think.
Cool. Parkour or park bench?
Park bench. Yeah, I'm not very good.
Post Malone or cobblestone?
Cobblestone, definitely.
Yeah. What's your favourite biome in the game?
Ooh, I would say plains.
Plains, good choice. Nice big empty space there. Diamonds or emeralds?
Emeralds.
The Ender Dragon or the Wither?
Ooh, Ender Dragon.
Normal FOV or Quake Pro?
Normal, definitely.
Which month were you born in?
April.
Good month to anybody watching. April's best birthday. Not that I'm biased or anything. So, a mountain goat or a castle moat?
Castle moat.
Speed runs or steamed buns?
I'll go with steamed buns.
What's your favourite TV show? Sorry. Punch the guest.
Favorite TV show, Sons of Anarchy.
Ah, good choice again. Mod or COD?
I would say COD.
Okay,
Not really
now,
a mod fan.
important question here. Hardcore or oak door?
Oak door. Yeah, I'm not too much for survival.
No. Villager trades or street parades?
Ooh, tough one. Villager trades.
Dire right or dire wrong?
Dire right.
Dire right. Ah, well,
In the right place.
Yes, indeed. Bedrock or School of Rock?
School of Rock.
On a bow, mending or infinity?
Ooh, infinity.
Hot dog or big pog?
Ooh, hot dog.
And pineapple on pizza, right or wrong?
Oh, wrong.
So now next question, shaders or texture pack?
Oh, shaders. Can't play without shaders. I love my shaders.
And what's your favourite build style?
I would say medieval, definitely.
So PvP or PvE?
PvE, definitely.
A witch farm or feeling calm?
I think feeling calm.
Yeah, good choice. And the last question for you today is horses or llamas?
Oh, horses, definitely.
Horses. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you for answering all of those questions, even the quickfire ones there. It's been absolutely fantastic having you on the show. Yeah, we will make sure that all of your details, all of your links and everything are in the description. So if you don't know BlueNerd's channel, it's highly recommended. Make sure you go and check that out. Yeah, and so, yeah, thank you very, very much for being with us today.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
And all that's left to be said to you fine people at home is thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time on BDCraft. Bye.